when it comes to information, when it comes to a network, a community of people that are going through the same experiences, going through the same thoughts, ideas, but having the same complications. Whether it be through trade, whether it be through finding a connection with the community, whether it be trying to just build your life back here, there always seems to be something blocking us, and that is why we wanted to create a network that facilitates everyone, diaspora or not diaspora, Dutch or not Dutch, it does not matter. But we would like to create a network of people that all have their own talents, that if they need information or if they want to give information, that they are always ready and prepared, and we are always ready and prepared to facilitate that. This idea started a very long time ago. Unfortunately, he's not here. Khalid Hassan started once a long time ago with the Africa House idea. That initiative we took and we broadened it to a larger idea, basically. Now I also would like to give the floor to Ahmed, who would give a brief update about all the things that have been happening so far and their trip to Nairobi and the embassy, etc.
Wahashara Noah in Anu Hiku, so Daweno Damalhota. Si Ainu Ugu Dabal Tekno Markii Koat, e Munash Yirapa Kingsday. O Katash Hargeysa. Tas o so Abu Balai Ulga Holand Hargeysa. Welcome Kusum Dawena Damamba Markii Sharaf Tamudam Garaham Martilena Safarada Kuas o Keiwi Nairobi. Si Munas Siabam Ugu Kai Kalam. Like I said, my name is Pia Hinchner. I am a member of the Board of Advisory for the Holland House Hargeysa. As I try to speak Somali, I think that's a very good example of what Holland House is actually doing. We're trying to connect two societies, two cultures, and bring them together in Hargeysa. The Holland House Hargeysa has a daily board of committed people who have extensive knowledge of both Dutch society as well as the Somaliland society, and who can be the bridge between the two societies. They can kickstart ideas of people who see opportunities between the two countries. The focus for the Holland House is both economically as well as cultural exchange, and to ensure that there is a climate in which both countries can flourish. As we are gathered here today to celebrate the birthday of our King Willem-Alexander, let's now all wish our Royal Highness a healthy, durable life and enjoy the evening. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Peter, for such a lovely little Somali speech. Highly appreciated. With that said, I would like to give a small background about Holland House and about the...
We're about to launch the organization soon, and we did a couple of things. And one of the last things that we did, of course, with the support of the Dutch embassy in Nairobi, and we did a fact-finding mission in Nairobi where we were to find out what the possibilities are for Somaliland and within the Dutch businesses and also Kenyan businesses in Nairobi. So I would like to give you a small preview of organizations that we met and some of the ideas that we discussed. And first day we met the EU delegations, and we discussed a lot of ideas and a lot of concepts. And one of the main things that we discussed is that the development money that's been going to Somaliland the last how many years needs to be reviewed, and how can we look at it in a different way, from a different angle, so we can do more tangible things for a big group of the youth, and more focus on job creation. So there are a couple of programs that EU is already designing, and we gave us our input. And like you guys know, there's a lot of skill development programs, but often this is not connected to tangible jobs. And the training, just to train people, that's not connected to the market demand, that's not connected to our national resources, is often became failures. That's one of the things that we discussed with the EU, and they look in things to do it differently. We met GIZ, this German International Development Organizations. We also discussed about similar approaches. And Günther Nuke is the special envoy of the German government and the right hand of Angela Merkel when it comes to development in Africa, development programs. And he was in Somaliland, and we supported him. And he also had some ideas in how things could be different. And we took that idea to the GIZ in Nairobi. And at the same time, and they also have their own ideas of how to do things differently. One of the things that they discussed is how to set up a dual system in education where people learn and at the same time go to work.
وزير عبد الرزاق علي عبدي سوري
وحلومها العلمية دولة النذرلاند وعاوة lagu xusayo xafladda maaragtay boqortooyada dalkaas. Waxaan salaamayaa wafdiga dadka reer Netherland ee ka yimid dalkaasi Kenya iyo dhalinyarada Somaliland iska ayana xafladdan asaasay oo inta badan iyagana ka yimid dalka Netherland iyo dadka ka soo qayb galay. intaa kadib salaanta kadib waxaan jecelahay in dowladda Netherland aan runtii yeelano xiriir aad u wanaagsan. Waxay ku iman kartaa xiriirka fiican saan qiyaasayo in marka ugu horeysa halkan ay ka furaan qunsuliyadii ay ka furaan. haddii markaa qunsuliyadda ay furi lahaayeen wax badan ayay fududayn lahayd, howlo badanna waxay u qaban lahayd dadka reer Netherland ee jooga Somaliland, khaasatan dadka Somaliland dariska ee xaggaasna dhalashada ka haysta. qunsuliyaddu wax badan ay fududayn lahayd, aad bay u fiicnaan lahayd. in maaragtay waana fariin aan runtii farayo in la gaarsiiyo maaragtay dowladda. waxaan kaloo ku dari lahaa, waxaan jeclaan lahay dowladda Netherland inay mashaariic ay ka fuliso dalka Somaliland. annaga waxaan nahay dal soo koraya, markasta waxaan jecel lahay dowladaha naga caawina xagga mashaariicda. aad iyo aad baan usoo dhaweynaa dowladda Netherland. waan ognahay in mashaariic hore fara badan ka fulisay halka haddana ka wado, laakiin wasaaradayda khaasatan wasaaradda cadaaladda sida maaragtay wargalaanka access to justice oo ay wadeen iyo capacity buildingka oo ay wasaarado kale iyo tayada la wadeen. waxaan jeclaan lahaa in mashaariicda wargalaamada iyo wixii mashaariicda si fiican loo sii wado ay nala wadaan ayaan jeclaan lahaa.
kooban oo turjumi doonaa wuxuu wasiirkan yidhi. Just to translate what the Minister of Justice just said. First of all, he would very much like to thank you for coming here and for the initiative of Holland House. He would also like to thank you very much for the ongoing years of support that Holland has given Somaliland, and he hopes for the coming years that there's more support, not only monetary wise, but also when it comes to knowledge. he was talking about the appreciation that he has for the CD4D program with IOM. Furthermore, all the other programs when it comes to access to justice that he will be working on in the future as well. And he is talking about the knowledge that is necessary from outside to also bring here to Somaliland, whether it be knowledge, like investments whether it be investments, whether it be knowledge, whether it be capacity of people, anything like that. With that said, I would like to invite our final person, His Excellency the Ambassador, Deputy Ambassador in Nairobi, Rolof Hafaman. If you would please come forward and take the stage.
Our line to the Dutch. It's really great to see you at this day, a week after the birthday of our king, Willem-Alexander, but we celebrate here King's Day, the birthday of our king. And for the first time, this is the first time ever in Somaliland, I think. So that's quite special. The relationship between the Netherlands and Somaliland is not that long. In fact, it started a little bit when the piracy was on its height. You know, the Netherlands is a seafaring nation. We are trading a lot and we had to protect our trade and our interests. So that's why the Netherlands became interested in Somalia and Somaliland. But gradually we moved more to development and to society as a whole. So we started with a program on justice, in particular justice. And we tripled the amount for justice this year because we think it's more and more important to focus on justice and security. The main focus is on justice, rule of law, as we believe that this is one of the most important things for citizens in a society. If you ask a citizen, what do you need? The first thing they say is security, security, security. And the second thing they say is justice, justice, justice. So we thought it's very important to focus mainly on security and justice. And we are adding a couple of things which you also discussed during your visits in Nairobi, linking skills and jobs. So we are working on a program linking skills, teaching people skills, but then guaranteeing also that they have a job, and vice versa. As I said, today we celebrate for the first time King's Day here in Somaliland. And as many of you know, in the Netherlands, King's Day, all Dutch behave a little bit weird. Everybody is orange. And now for the non-Dutchies, it's orange because our royal family is the family of Orange. They stem from hundreds of years ago. And they had a small piece in France which was called Orange, and that's why they're called the family of Orange. And that is the reason why at King's Day everything is orange. And when our soccer team is playing, everything is orange. And if they win, really everything is orange. And people get totally lunatic. So that's a little bit different here, luckily. But it's also a day that everybody feels united, everybody feels one. I mean, the Netherlands is I would not say divided society, but it's a multicultural society. For instance, I live in a neighborhood in the Netherlands where 85% of the people is not originally Dutch, from I think 145 countries in the world. That's a huge multicultural society. We know there are always differences, there are always discussions, we know this. But at King's Day, that's one of the days that we feel all united, and we try to overcome all the differences.
More speeches of the Deputy Ambassador Rolof and the Minister of Justice, Desa Ali Abdi. I would like to invite some dancers. The dancers of the Academy, I believe. If they would like to come up on stage, please. Thank you very much.
course, we did not count.
Thank you both for your hard work and working with us trying to get this off the ground. It's been a lot of hard stuff, but we're getting there. This is a fantastic start. I'm amazed with the way the setting came out in the end. And even though we couldn't get the whole community out, I'm happy with the turnout. It looks really good. Also, we're very, very thankful and grateful to the Damal Hotel for bringing out this amazing organization and amazing food. I have to say, one of the best dinners I've had in Hargeysa. And sorry, we'll have to thank IOM as well and Colossum for the sponsorship. We did this whole event based on sponsorships and people that are actually willing to help us. So this is amazing stuff. Thank you all. Now I would like to present Rudolf. Thank you for all your support. This is to show our appreciation for always being there for us, making sure we get this amazing off the ground. And I've also got one for the ambassador that sits for the whole of Somali regions in Nairobi. Aileen, also amazing support for us to get this started, and I'm hoping we'll have many years to come and get some great work done in Somaliland.
maanta waxaan isku imaadnay arrin la yiraahdo King's Day. Organizationka Holland House ayaa maanta arrintan soo bandhigday oo soo casuuntay safiirka Holland kan Somaliland maamula iyo ka xogeenka weeyaan maadaama aan community rabno inaan sameeyno community oo diaspora ah dad oo reer Holland ahaan jiray oo soo guuray oo soo noqday laakiin hataa dad oo fikradda haysta inay soo guuraan ama inay wax ka qabsadaan dalka saas ahaan ayaan maanta xafladan sameynay sida dadka isbartaan iyo sidaan isla hadalno iyo baahida iyo fikradda aan isla la share garaano iyo saasna qorsheyn sameyno sidaan sii wada korno Holland House.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والله أنا يمكن مدة 4 سنوات دقن وطنك هذا نحل مدعوين النيذرلاند شوقو أد برونتي درن كيجو ونكسيه هنوقف فرح سنة هاي المناسبة لو قبنا يو كونين داخل مانت